Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello everyone. I'm Rawan AlRaimi. I'm an associate clinical dietitian in clinical nutrition services in Johns Hopkins Aramco Healthcare. And today I'll be covering nutrition and sport, the English version. Understanding sport-specific physiological requirement for training and competition is integral to obtaining sufficient energy through optimal levels of macronutrients and micronutrients. Energy requirements for training and competition also have to adapt for recovery between training sessions to reduce the risk of illness or injury and maintain appropriate body composition. I'll be covering sports, energy, for weight loss and weight gain, carbohydrate recommendations, pre and post workouts, protein recommendations, fluid recommendations, electrolyte replacement, and finally, antioxidant with a take-home note. Any bodily movement produced by skeletal muscle that results in energy expenditure is a physical activity. It can be undertaken in many different ways. One of those ways is sports, a human activity involving physical exertion and skill as the primary focus of the activity, with elements of competition or special participation, where rules and patterns of behavior governing the activity exist formally through organization and is generally recognized as a sport. In this picture, we can see that sport is classified to three different categories: low-intensity work sports, moderate-intensity sports, and high-intensity sports, such as golf, yoga. Boating is considered low-intensity sports. On the other hand, boxing, kayaking, rolling, skating are all considered a very high-intensity workout or sport. In the middle, as a moderate-intensity workout, such as American football, rugby, running, surfing, etc. Individuals who participate in overall fitness program can generally meet their daily nutritional needs by following a normal diet providing 25 to 35 kilocalories per kilogram per day. However, energy requirements for athletes training 90 minutes a day has been suggested to be 45 to 50 kilocalories per kilogram per day, and in certain sports, even more. For people who desire weight loss, adequate time should be allowed for slow, steady weight loss of approximately 0.5 to 1 kilogram each week over several weeks. And for people who desire weight gain, to accomplish a healthy weight gain of lean muscle tissue, 500 to 1,000 additional calories per day can be added in addition to strength training, which will duly increase muscle strength. The rate of weight gain depends on the athlete's genetic makeup, degree of positive energy balance, number of rest and recovery sessions a week, and exercise type. And carbohydrate recommendations. The amount of carbohydrates required depend on the athlete's total daily energy expenditure, type of sport, gender, and the environmental conditions, with the ultimate goal of providing adequate energy for performance and recovery, and a protein-sparing effect. Recommendations should provide for a daily carbohydrate intake in grams relative to body mass and allow flexibility for the athlete to meet these targets within the context of energy needs and other dietary goals. Carbohydrates intake of 5 to 7 grams per kilogram per day can meet general training needs, and 7 to 10 grams per kilogram per day will likely suffice for endurance athletes, although elite athletes training 5 to 6 hours a day may need as much as 12 grams per kilogram per day. Food timing pre-training carbohydrates. The pre-training or pre-event meals serves two purposes. One, keeps the athlete from feeling hungry before and during the exercise. Two, maintains optimal levels of blood glucose for the exercising muscles. Thus, the pre-game meal should be eaten 3 to 4 hours before an event and should provide 200 to 350 grams of carbohydrate, around 4 grams per kilogram of body weight. Post-workout and recovery fluid. On average, only 5% of the muscle glycogen used during exercise is resynthesized each hour after exercise. Accordingly, at least 20 hours are required for complete restoration after exhaustive exercise, provided approximately 600 grams of carbohydrate are consumed during that time. The highest muscle glycogen synthesis rate have been reported when large amount of carbohydrates, 1 to 1.85 grams per kilogram per hour, are consumed immediately after exercise, and at 15 to 60-minute interval thereafter for up to 5 hours after exercise. Delaying carbohydrate intake for too long after exercise reduces muscle glycogen resynthesis. Protein recommendation. Nitrogen balance study in endurance athletes suggested a range of 1.2 gram per kilogram to 1.4 gram per kilogram per day, and for strength athletes 1.2 to 1.7 gram per kilogram per day for protein intake, with the higher end of the range recommended early in the competitive season. For athletes interested in muscle hypertrophy, it appears that neither the type nor the amount of protein matters if the day's total amount is within the recommended range. For resistant training, athletes of 1.2 to 2 grams of protein per kilogram. Covering fluid recommendation. So athletes' performance decreases if 20% or more of the body weight is lost through sweat. Monitor fluid losses. Weigh in before and after practice, especially during hot weather and the conditioning phase of the season. Do not restrict fluid before, during, or after the event. Do not rely on thirst as an indicator of fluid loss. Drink early and at regular intervals through the activity. Do not consume alcohol before, during, or after the exercise because it may act as a diuretic and prevent adequate fluid replenishment. Discourage caffeinated beverages a few hours before and after physical activity because of the diuretic effect. Before exercise, drink approximately 500 to 600 ml of water or sport drink 2 to 3 hours before the start of the exercise. During exercise, drink 150 to 350 ml of fluid every 15 to 20 minutes, depending on race speed, environmental conditions, and tolerance. No more than 1 cup every 15 to 20 minutes, although individualized recommendations must be followed. After exercise, drink 25% to 50% more than existing weight loss to ensure hydration 4 to 6 hours after exercise. Drink 450 to 675 ml of fluid for every half kilogram of body weight lost during exercise. If an athlete is participating in multiple workouts in one day, then 80% of fluid loss must be replaced before the next workout. Covering electrolyte replacement. Sodium replacement, 0.5 to 0.7 gram per liter, is actively longer than 1 hour to ensure palatability and the drive to drink, to reduce the risk of hyponatremia, and to minimize risk of muscle cramps. Covering antioxidant recommendations. Antioxidants such as vitamin C, vitamin E, and beta-carotene can protect cells against oxidative damage from exercise. Exercise increases oxidation and may require higher amount of antioxidant to prevent free radical damage. Taking supplements of vitamin C and E may strengthen the antioxidant defense system by decreasing reactive oxygen species. Other research reported that taking supplement of various antioxidants, including vitamin C, E, may prevent oxidative damage in plasma induced by playing soccer. In addition, antioxidant supplementation has been found to reduce muscle soreness after exercise. Finally, take-home message. Exercise activates a finely orchestrated interplay of the body's physiological system to produce the desired skeletal muscle contractions at the right time. To do this, the human body needs 1. Water and electrolyte to prevent dehydration and replace essential salt lost through sweating. 2. Carbohydrates, fats, and protein providing the adequate total energy needed to fuel the exercise and maintain the body weight. 3. Vitamins and minerals for their role in energy production, hemoglobin synthesis, bone health, and muscle strength, immune function protection against oxidative damage, synthesis, and repair and maintenance of lean body mass. Thank you so much for your time. Those are the references.